In this video, we're going to show you the whole process of harvesting honey, from opening the beehive until you get this wonderful honey. We harvested honey in the peak of summer after several regular visits to the beehive throughout the year to ensure the well-being of bees. Honey must be harvested during the day when most of the swarm is outside of the hive looking for food in the fields. This usually happens during the hours of greatest heat. At the end of the day, the bees return to the hive from which they no longer leave after dark. It is important to have all the material clean, organized and ready to use. At the end of this video, you will find a link to our post where you can find a list of materials needed to harvest honey. Using all the protective material, start by opening the hive and position yourself behind the hive entrance or on its side. After removing the covers, use a frame gripper and observe the frames one by one. For this task, some people use a bee smoker to keep bees away. We stopped doing it to reduce the risk of forest fire. This super has all the frames full of honey, so we're going to take them all to the extraction site. The frames can be transported in two ways. You can take the whole super, or put the frames in a box, which allows you to transport fewer bees away from the hive. We take the frames and use a soft brush to remove the bees carefully. We then put the frames one by one in the box, always placing the lid so that the bees cannot come in. The lower part of the hive is the hive body or the brood chamber. Do not take honey out of it. In addition to the breeding, it contains reserves of honey and pollen that feed the bees during the winter months. Bees produce more than they consume, but the beekeeper should not take more than 30% of honey from the hive to avoid taking a risk on the swarm's survival. Before leaving, close the hive very carefully not to crush the bees. Take the box to the proximity of the extraction site and examine the box to ensure that there are no bees left. If there are any, they will call the swarm to the place where the honey is. With the box free of bees, place the frames inside the honey extractor, which must be previously clean and ready to receive the honey. With a knife, cut the combs on both sides of the frame. And place the frames inside the extractor. This will extract the honey from the combs. The frames must be returned to the hive just as they are, that is, with drawn combs. If you place frames with new beeswax foundation sheets, the bees will have to consume more honey to draw new combs. This way you are saving them work. Then use a filter to separate the honey from the wax. We use a double sieve to ensure a better filtration. When the honey is already clean, you can store it in glass jars. This is the so-called raw honey. It is the honey as it is extracted from the hive without going through any industrialized process. This honey should be stored in a cool, dry place. If it is in a cold place, it will be almost solid and difficult to remove from the jars. The wax left in the extractor and filter can be melted and cleaned. Watch this suggested video to know how to clean beeswax to obtain a nice yellow wax bar. And so we have our raw and very aromatic honey ready to consume. If you like this video, share it, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more videos on organic farming, sustainability, and so much more.